my friends. Welcome to Lean and Clean with Fitness Chef Christine. I am Christine, your host, and today I am joined by my good friend Caro. Caro and I met as part of the Women's Leadership Series, where we both went through the training. And she is a fascinating lady from South Africa. I'm so blessed to have her here with me. And I'm going to let Caro talk about herself. So, Caro, take it away. Tell us all about you.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you for the introduction.
Yes.
I've actually done a full circle in my life. I've grown up on a farm and I ended up being in my 50s again on a farm. So, I've been a financial manager in the corporate world till 2016. Then I became accredited as a business mentor and coach. And my passion is really I'm loving people to see the potential in them and really give them the tools on really to be their best self and reach their full potential.
I love that. Now tell me, what's on your farm? I live on a farm too. So what do you have animals? Do you do crops? Do you just have lots of land?
So I live in, we call the province the Northwest Province of South Africa, and we
Okay.
call it the Bushveld. So here on the farm we have bush, and in the bush we have impalas, we have zebras,
Oh
we
my
have
gosh.
blue beast, and we have giraffes.
That's
Yeah,
so
so I
cool.
love that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want pictures. My grandkids would be crazy for pictures. That is so amazing. I mean, you must wake up every day and think this is the coolest place to live.
So, Christine, when I go for my early morning walk, and it's extremely hot here in summer now,
Mhm.
so I have to go before 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I also always hope that I will see some animals on my path, and then
Yes.
sometimes I have the giraffes there waiting for me, three of them.
Gosh,
Yeah,
this
beautiful.
may sound very naive, but do you like feed them carrots or anything? Or they're just
No,
wild?
no, no. You keep them wild. The
Okay,
moment that you start feeding them, you mess up the ecology.
yes.
You don't do that.
I
Yeah.
should know that. I should know that, but I'm naughty like that. But that is amazing. And that would motivate me to walk even more, just so I could see them.
Yes. Yeah.
So then so you don't have any like agricultural animals to eat. It's all just wild animals. Is that correct?
Just wild animals. And then what we have on the farm is also adventure camp. So school groups come here for, yeah, for like in a few days. It's part of their curriculum and they come for some adventure here. Yeah.
I love it. That is amazing. And how long have you been doing that?
That's my husband's business.
Yeah.
So we got married in April 2023. So I'm for 2.5 years now on this farm.
I love it. That's amazing. And how did y'all meet? I'm very nosy, so I'm a very romantic person, so I have to know, how did y'all meet?
So my husband was married and his wife died of cancer.
I'm sorry.
And he and his brother had a house, what we call Targniet. It's in the southern part of the country. And my dad bought a house there in 1986. So my family house and his brother's house are about 1.5 kilometers from each other. So he was there all the time, every December holiday, and I was there, but we never met because he was married. And then what happened, he went to an old couple that's in their 80s, that's good friends of him, 6 houses from his house. And there he met my mom. And then my mom came home that evening and she said to me, Caro, I've met this guy and you need to meet him.
So
And
moms,
normally I
moms
would
just
run
know.
away. I would run away. And the next day it was Andre, my husband now, and me and the three 83-year-olds. They were the matchmakers. Yeah.
I love it. Oh,
Yeah.
that makes my romantic heart so happy. I'm telling you, moms know. Moms know. You can just tell, right?
Yeah.
That makes me very happy. So, how do you balance that? He has his business and you have your business. Do you help each other or you just keep it separate?
Because he and his brother have the family business, so it's separate. They do their business, I do my business mentoring coaching. My business is running from 2016. I do it fully online. So
Yeah.
yeah, but we share the same interest in business, so
Yes.
we talk a lot about that, but everyone is different. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. So let's talk a little bit about your business because you help, is it primarily women or is it men and women?
No, it's men and women. It's entrepreneurs who have a business that's up and running for 2 to 3 years.
I
That's my
see.
client.
I see.
Yeah.
So kind of mid-range businesses. Is that correct?
Yeah, in South African terms, they must have a turnover or annual sales of 100, oh, sorry, of 1 million rand.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, in South
Interesting.
African terms. Yeah. So you divide it by 20 to get to the dollar. Yeah.
So you're big, but because you're online though, you can open it up to a world of people, right? Because
Yeah.
business is business no matter where you
Yes.
are.
Yes.
So how then would someone listening to this podcast get in touch with you? Do you have a website? Obviously, you and I are doing the Women's Leadership Series together, and you're going to be
Mm.
leading one of those cohorts. So they definitely want to tune in for that. But from getting your assistance with their business, how would they get in touch with you?
They can find me on LinkedIn. So I don't have a website. My LinkedIn page is like a landing page with
Yes,
all my
yes.
experience, all my endorsements, testimonials, everything is on there. So yeah, on LinkedIn, Caro Potgieter, there you find me.
Okay. Now, would you mind if I shared that with our audience, if I put that in the show notes?
Yeah, you can. You can
And would
put
you
it there.
mind if I
Yeah.
also shared your email address so they can connect
Yes.
with you?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's
Because,
perfect.
the easier I can make it for everybody to get in touch with one another, the more chance we can make it happen. I'm
Absolutely.
like a little business matchmaker.
Yeah. Yeah. The
So,
wonderful thing with the internet is if you type in Caro Potgieter, the first thing that come up is LinkedIn, my LinkedIn profile. So
well,
yeah,
and you have such a unique name that it makes it easy. If you type in
easy.
my name, there's lots of us.
Yes.
Even though Stresspeck is a crazy name, there's actually several Christine Stressbecks. So
Really? What?
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
crazy. So we talked about a little bit about business and we've talked about the beautiful area that you live in. But I
Mhm.
want to talk to you about how you came to be in business. So what was your path? What did you study in school? Did you always want to be in business for yourself? Or did that just happen?
The interesting thing is my friends would remind me to say, Caro, you're the one who said, I never want my own business. I always want to work for someone. That's what they remind me. So going back to school, I had accounting in standard six. That was the first year of high school. And
Mhm.
then I had a terrible teacher, and then I left that. And then I went to Stellenbosch University, studied BCom accounting, and I almost died, but it was really hard. And then in my second year, I just got it, and I just love accounting. So then I had a corporate career of a financial manager. Till 2016, I've worked mostly at manufacturing companies. And again, I just always thought that's what I'm going to do. And
Right.
then in 2010, I had a coach in the corporate. And then I thought, oh, this is really working. This way someone give you some tools and but I still parked it because I loved financial management. And then in 2016, I came to a point where I just realized I need to make some changes in my life because the stress, it's quite hectic and you just
Yeah,
don't get out of that system. If you go to other companies, exactly the same. So I took a sabbatical. And then during that time, I decided I'm going to go the route of a business coach. And I became accredited at MBCI in Australia. And then I started in August 2016 as a business mentor and coach.
I love it. It's never too late to pivot, right? So that's one of the things I try to tell women is that we're not stuck. We can always pivot. And I tell my husband that he's lucky because I become a new woman all the time. Like I change career paths. So I, like you, started out in business. I had a degree in finance because I hated accounting. Finance is more like massaging the numbers, and I like that better. So I have a degree in finance and marketing. So now I'm fully shifted to marketing, but I liked finance, but I worked like a dog. Like I worked crazy hours. I would be in the morning, I'd be there till 2 o'clock at night. And then the next morning, my boss would be like, we don't really like the story that tells. So we're going to move the numbers over here. And eventually I just got burned out. And it
Mm,
was just young and I was starting a family. And I thought, this is not working for me.
mm.
So I went completely entrepreneurial. I cashed out my 401k and I bought a flower shop. And I owned a flower shop for a number of years. Then we moved to
Oh,
California and I went to culinary school and I was a chef for 20 years. And then I decided that I needed to lose weight. So I went to school for exercise and then I went to school for nutrition and I did that for 6 years. And then I decided, you know what? I love coaching women, not just in exercise, but in business. So I went full circle. I went business to business, like all the way around. And
Yeah.
I still love the exercise and nutrition, but I'm just, and I do a lot more marketing now of products and things. So life is funny. It kind of leads us in all different directions, right?
Yeah.
We just don't know what's ahead,
Yeah.
but you never get bored that way.
Exactly. And
And I,
I also believe that, the one step lead to the next, because when you're in a certain position, you learn a lot of skills
yeah,
and you get some interest in a certain direction, and then you start moving into that, and that way of navigating take you to the next one.
it's true. It's true. What do you tell women that sort of feel stuck? Like we were talking last night about the inner glass ceiling, the things that we make up in our head. We're not good
Mm.
enough, we can't change, we're too old, we can't make a change in our life. What do you tell someone like that? Like for me, I feel like that's all the BS stories that we tell ourselves.
Christine, that's a hard one to answer because people are complicated. All of
True.
us are complicated. And I almost want to say it's like a ball of wool. It's intertwined. And yes, I do believe that your belief system is a big barrier. So if you limit yourself, that is a barrier. But being stuck can be at various levels. So I'm not one of those people. I do not believe at all in positive thinking and say, no, 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 get yourself right and just start thinking and just visualize. No, I think it's really important. Firstly, you must, if I can share you one coaching tool,
Yes,
and
please.
that is what we call the DVP. And D is the acronym for how change should happen. D stands for dissatisfaction, V for vision, and P for plan. And here is the line. Unless your level of dissatisfaction is an 8 or a 9 out of 10, no change will happen.
Right.
So if you meet someone who's stuck and their level of dissatisfaction with being stuck is a 4 out of 10, nothing is going to happen.
But there are people like me who are very, I call myself a risk lover. I like to make the change and I'm always willing to take the risk to do it. And then I
Mm-hmm,
have friends that are very risk averse. So
mm-hmm,
you're right, there's a lot that goes into it. It has a lot to
yeah,
do with your personality. Now, for
mm,
me, I have a great faith in God, and I believe that sometimes God leads us in certain ways and opens up opportunities for us that maybe we didn't see before.
yeah,
And so you have to be open to that change in order for it to happen. And for
absolutely.
me, because I'm such a risk lover, I gather up all the opportunities. I love them all. But I know other women our age who are like, this is what I've been doing for so long, and I feel like, it's too hard to make a change right now. So, not that either one is right or wrong, but if somebody came to you and they said, my dissatisfaction level is at an 8 right now, what do I do? Where do I begin to make that change? What would your advice be to them? Should they just explore different options?
What I would suggest is I strongly believe that we always need to work from a place of strength. So if your strengths are XYZ, sometimes, like you said to yourself, you had different opportunities, you had different things that you've studied, but all of that come from a place of strength.
Yes.
So I do believe it's always very good to go for an assessment. And there are wonderful assessments out there to find out what is your strength. And then from there, to maybe just start reading what are the various careers in the various areas. And I mean, nowadays with podcasts and everything that you can watch, there are some, I mean, like coaching didn't exist in my mind 30 years ago. There's some, and just start exploring. That would be my advice. Know your strengths, start exploring, talk to people.
Yeah.
And in that navigating through the uncharted waters, you will have something that interests you, and then you start digging deeper.
Brilliant. I love that. How is it that you came to be part of the Women's Leadership Series? because I got there because I met Nicole on my podcast. But how did you end up there?
I was in a network where I met Crystal from
Okay.
Switzerland.
She's amazing.
And Crystal said to me, Caro, would you be interested to come to this free workshop on a Friday evening? It's about women leadership. And I said, okay, let's do that. And that's how I've done that. Yeah. And then when I attended that, I just felt, yo, I can really resonate with what Nicole is doing, but also the personality, the way she conduct that. I really resonate with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's been wonderful. It's been such a journey. I feel like
Yeah.
I've known y'all for so long, and it's been really, it's a blessing. I love it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and it was amazing during that time when we had that 10 week, every week we saw and see each other being in the same room, openly sharing. That was such a safe place where people made themselves vulnerable and we learned so much from each other without feeling exposed. It
Yeah.
was
No.
wonderful.
Your
Yeah.
co now your cohort is starting in the new year, right? It's starting in
March next year.
March.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Yeah.
a brilliant time to start. I feel like, see, we are supposed to start December 2nd, and I feel like fourth quarter is a tough time to get people to sign up
Yeah.
for things. So
Yeah.
I think that you were very smart to put it off to 2026. And I'm excited that anybody will join us, and I hope that they do, but it's going to be a tough time to do that. So
I find in South Africa, people don't make decisions in quarter 4. People are
right.
in shutdown mode. They just want to go on holiday, and the whole of the country shut down from the 15th of December till the 15th of January.
I
So, yeah, that is
that is
why we parked it for the new year.
that is
Yeah,
fascinating to me that the whole country shuts down for a month. That's amazing.
yeah.
Has it always been that way?
It's always the only exceptions to the rule, Christine, is the hospitality industry because they are booming.
Hmm.
And then the other one is, for instance, the farmers who have harvest that time. They need to work.
Right.
But all the other companies, manufacturing, financial services, everyone, that is standard. It closed down. For instance, the banks don't shut down, but they have skeleton staff. So
Yeah.
you waste your time if you try to get something done in that time. You waste your time because you're going to end up with a skeleton staff who can't help you.
That's
No. So you
that's
go on holiday. That's what you do.
I just think that's amazing. Now, when
Yeah.
you say go on a holiday, does everybody leave and go away, or is it like a stay-home holiday?
It all depends. Some people go camping in caravans because remember that time of the year there it's summer.
Oh,
So it's very good
yes,
weather.
yes.
Yeah, it's not winter. So people go camping, people go to the beach. Some people would say to you, I'm a bush person, I go camping in the bush. Some people go to visit family. Yeah, some people stay at home and say, it's too crazy busy, I don't want to go anywhere, but I have people coming to me. But the mode is we're on holiday. That's the
Okay.
mode. Yeah,
That's so interesting. I mean, we sort of take a break during the holidays, but it's not an official everyone takes a break. So
yeah,
that is very cool. I really like that.
yeah,
Well, I'll tell you, I'm excited for your cohorts, and I am excited for your free workshops. So if you could send me your schedule so I can post it in here. And I know we don't have the links for it yet, but I want to keep people prepared for when that's coming up.
yeah.
If you want to send me your schedule for that, I will post that as well. And I thank you so much for being with me. I'm so glad I got to know a little bit more about where you live and how you came to be here and all that good stuff. So I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today. And I look forward to having you back to update us on how your cohorts are going and all the new things that are happening in 2026.
Thank you very much, Christine. Thank you for having me. I
My
really
pleasure.
appreciate that.
I
All the
love
best.
it. I love it. And actually, I'll be seeing you in a little while when we do our get together. I'm only going to be there for a
Yeah,
short period of time, but I will be there.
yeah. See you then.